first grade history lesson 27. History lesson 27. Since it's April and it is a poetry month, I'm going to rhyme all the words. History lesson 27. Rhymes. Okay, today we're going to learn about Sir Philip Sidney. Here are the names, places, and vocabulary. The name, of course, is Sir Philip Sidney. The places isn't filled in, but I will tell you that we're going to read about a battle that took place in the Netherlands. Okay, for the English, he was fighting with the English against the Spanish in the Netherlands. For Queen Elizabeth the First, and vocabulary. Oh, we don't have any. So there you go. So let's listen, and remember, it is narration. So let's get our listening posture. Okay, ready to listen. And then again, of course, we have three choices. You can tell back, you can act it out, or you can draw a picture for your narration. But good listening to start. Here we go. Sir Philip Sidney. A cruel battle was being fought. The ground was covered with dead and dying men. The air was hot and stifling. The sun shone down without pity on the wounded soldiers lying in the blood and dust. One of these soldiers was a nobleman whom everybody loved for his gentleness and kindness. Yet now he was no better off than the poorest man in the field. He had been wounded and would die, and he was suffering much with pain and thirst. When the battle was over, his friends hurried to his aid. A soldier came running with a cup in his hand. "Here, Sir Philip," he said, "I have brought you some clear, cool water from the brook. I will raise your head so that you can drink." The cup was placed to Sir Philip's lips. How thankfully he looked at the man who had brought it, and then his eyes met those of a dying soldier who was lying on the ground close by. The wistful look in the poor man's face spoke plainer than words. "Give the water to that man," said Sir Philip quickly, and then, pushing the cup towards him, he said, "Here, my comrade, take this. Thy need is greater than mine." What a brave, noble man he was. The name of Sir Philip Sidney will never be forgotten, for it was the name of a Christian gentleman who always had the good of others in mind. Was it any wonder that everybody wept when it was heard that he was dead? It is said that on the day when he was carried to the grave, every eye in the land was filled with tears. Rich and poor, high and low, all felt that they had lost a friend. All mourned the death of the kindest, gentlest man that they had ever known. And that's the story of Sir Philip Sidney. I'll give you your prompt and then we'll visit again at the end. Here's your prompt for your narration. A cruel battle was being fought. Pause and do your narration. Okay, also, here are some reflection and application questions. Why does the story say that Sir Philip will never be forgotten? What about him and his character? Right, the story told us that he is a man known who always had the good of others in his mind. What can we learn from Sir Philip? And again, you can pause and talk about these things, or you can talk about them later as we finish the video. I wanted to show you, I have a picture of our friend, Sir Philip Sidney. Here he is. And for everyone who thought they were the original, put your hand on your hip. Instagram, yeah, not so much, huh? He's been doing it for 500 years, or 400. Yeah, so, and then here's a quote attributed to him. And I thought this was very, well, I think it's very good, and it's something we can talk about. It says, "To be ambitious of true honor of the true glory and perfection of our natures is the very principle and incentive of virtue. Ambition. Does anybody know the word ambition? Yeah, it's the desire or determination to achieve success. So you want to be successful, you have ambition, but the trick with ambition means you can't just want it and not do anything about it. You have to work really hard. Like we've talked about before, if you wanted to be the best soccer player, do you sit on the couch and play video games? No, you got to get out and kick the soccer ball a lot. What if you want to be the best mathematician? Do you not practice any math facts and hope you just remember? No, you have to practice your math facts a lot. If you love and want to be a great mathematician, you got to do a lot of math. So being ambitious is good, but it comes with hard work. But he wasn't just talking about soccer, and he wasn't just talking about math. He was talking about our nature. Who created us? That's right, God. What nature do we have? You know, God gave us our nature. Our nature is to try and be like Jesus every day. So do you think if my nature is to be more like Jesus every day, that I'm like, I don't really, I can still be mean to people. I can still talk back. I can still, think bad thoughts. No, if I'm trying every day, it's going to take some hard work. My ambition is to be more like Jesus every day. So I need to do some hard work to do that. Like Sir Philip Sidney. He was kind and gentle and he thought of others. And just quickly, if we take a look in Mark, brought the Bible to history. Imagine that. Because history is his story, okay? In Matthew, I said Matthew, but what I meant was Mark. In Mark chapter 9, I'm going to read to you right quick, and then we're going to see what this has to do with putting others first. That's what Sir Philip Sidney did also. He did not, man, he could have gulped down that water and been like, refreshing. Thank you so much. But when he saw someone in need who was in more pain and had injuries, he thought of the other person. So let's see what happened here in Mark chapter 9, verse 33. Okay, and when he was in the house, he, Jesus, asked his disciples, what were you discussing on the way? But they kept silent because they had been arguing about they had been arguing with one another about who was the greatest. And he sat down and he called the 12. And he said to them, if anyone would be first, he must be last and servant of all. In this story, Sir Philip Sidney, he was first. He was the nobleman. But because he had a servant's heart, he took care of others first. And that's what Jesus did, and that's what we need to do, right? Where you want to be first and win and be number one, you got to be like, I'm going to let other people be first. I'm going to take care of other people. I'm going to do for other people because that's what Jesus would do. And you're at home, and these are things that you can be practicing. Can you help in some way? Can you pick up dishes that don't belong to you? Can you put away things that don't belong to you? Can you help put others first by putting yourself last and be a servant to all? Sir Philip Sidney did it, and that's why he is remembered. So maybe if we try it, and not that we need to be remembered, but Jesus will remember. Okay, love you. Bye, guys. Woo.